Chosen one, hear this clearly. When God places his hand on someone's life, attacking that person comes with consequences. The people who hurt you thought they were getting away with it because there was no immediate reaction. They mistook your silence for weakness. They mistook your patience for surrender. They mistook your kindness for foolishness. But what they did not understand is that heaven keeps records. Every lie, every betrayal, every setup, every moment they tried to humiliate you, every time they gathered together to speak against your name, God saw all of it. And while you were crying in private, healing in silence, praying through pain, and trying to rebuild yourself, something else was happening behind the scenes. The universe was shifting. Doors were closing on the people who tried to close doors on you. Confusion began entering the lives of those who brought confusion into yours. The same energy they released toward you began circling back around. Chosen one, this is why you must never lower yourself to revenge. People think revenge is power, but real power is allowing God to handle what you cannot. Some of the greatest victories happen when you stay quiet and let divine justice speak for you. Look at what is happening now. The same people who ignored your worth are now watching others celebrate you. The same people who tried to ruin your image are now struggling to explain their own behavior. The same people who abandoned you are now feeling abandoned themselves. And suddenly they are realizing something terrifying. You were never the problem. You carried too much light for dark people to be comfortable around you. Your presence exposed things they wanted hidden. Your honesty made dishonest people nervous. Your spirit disturbed people who were secretly battling guilt, jealousy, insecurity, and emptiness. Chosen one, some people attacked you simply because your future intimidated them. They saw favor on your life before you even recognized it yourself. That is why they watched you so closely. That is why they copied you. That is why they tried to compete with you. That is why they became obsessed with stopping you. Normal people do not obsess over destroying someone unless they sense something valuable on that person's life. And now the truth is becoming impossible to ignore. You survived everything they planned against you. You survived betrayal. You survived heartbreak. You survived loneliness. You survived spiritual warfare. You survived fake friends. You survived manipulation. You survived character assassination. And after all of that, you are still standing. Do you understand how powerful that is? Some people expected you to disappear forever after what they did to you. They thought the pain would silence you permanently. But instead of dying in the storm, you evolved in it. Instead of becoming bitter, you became wiser. Instead of losing yourself, you discovered who you truly were. That is the part nobody expected. Chosen one, your comeback is making people uncomfortable because they secretly believed your story was over. They thought your best days had already passed. But God has a way of preparing a table in front of the same people who doubted you. Now they are forced to watch you rise. And what hurts them most is not your success. It is the realization that they helped create this stronger version of you. Every betrayal sharpened your discernment. Every rejection strengthened your confidence. Every painful goodbye pushed you closer to your purpose. They were trying to destroy you, but God used it to transform you. That is why some of them are filled with regret now. Not fake regret because they miss controlling you. Real regret because they are finally seeing who you truly are. They are finally understanding your value after mishandling you. But chosen one, do not confuse karma with your responsibility. You are not called to celebrate anyone's downfall. Stay humble. Stay grounded. Stay protected spiritually. Because your elevation is not about revenge. It is about restoration. God is restoring your peace, restoring your confidence, restoring your opportunities, restoring your joy, restoring everything they tried to steal from you. And the frightening part for your enemies is this: you are rising without touching them. You did not expose them. You did not destroy them. You did not seek revenge. Life itself began revealing who they really were. That is divine justice. Chosen one, some people are secretly panicking right now because they know how badly they treated you. They remember every conversation behind your back. They remember every time they laughed at your pain. They remember every unfair thing they did while you stayed quiet. And now they see your glow differently. Now they see the peace on your face. Now they see the wisdom in your eyes. Now they see the doors opening for you. Now they see the favor surrounding your life. And deep down they know they misjudged you. The scary thing about hurting a chosen one is that many people do not realize who they are dealing with until it is too late. They think they are attacking an ordinary person, but they are attacking someone protected by God. That protection may not always look dramatic in the beginning. Sometimes God allows betrayal so he can remove toxic people from your path. Sometimes he allows rejection because the places you are going cannot be reached while carrying the wrong people. Chosen one, what felt like punishment was actually protection. Read that again. What felt like abandonment was divine redirection. What felt like loss was hidden preparation. What felt like isolation was spiritual training. God was separating you from people who could not go where you are headed. And now those same people are watching from a distance, wishing they had treated you differently. Some are ashamed. Some are confused. Some are angry because your life did not collapse the way they expected. Some are pretending not to notice your growth while secretly monitoring everything you do. But keep moving forward. Do not stop to explain yourself. Do not stop to seek validation. Do not stop to prove your innocence. Your peace is more valuable than their opinions. Chosen one. One of the hardest truths to accept is that not everybody who smiles at you wants the best for you. Some people study you only to compete with you. Some people stay close only to gather information. Some people clap for you publicly while secretly hoping you fail privately. But God exposed them through time. Time reveals everything. And now the masks are falling off. The people who called you difficult are now being exposed as manipulative. The people who called you crazy are now revealing their own instability. The people who tried to isolate you are now experiencing loneliness themselves. Karma has a way of teaching lessons that words never could. But hear this carefully, chosen one. Do not allow pain to harden your heart. The goal is not to become cold. The goal is to become wiser without losing your soul. Continue loving, continue growing, continue healing, continue translation. Boosting God. Because your story is not ending in betrayal. Your story is ending in victory. There are blessings coming into your life that will make every painful moment make sense. There are people coming who will appreciate your heart instead of abusing it. There are opportunities coming that will confirm why certain doors had to close. You are entering a season where peace matters more than popularity, a season where discernment matters more than attention, a season where genuine connections replace fake loyalty. Chosen one, the people who hurt you thought they were delaying your destiny, but they accidentally pushed you toward it faster. If they had not betrayed you, you might still be settling for less. If they had not rejected you, you might never have discovered your true power. Sometimes betrayal is the alarm clock that wakes the chosen one up. And once a chosen one fully awakens, nothing can stop them. That is why your enemies are nervous now. You are no longer blind. You are no longer desperate for acceptance. You are no longer shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You finally know who you are. And when a chosen one walks in self-awareness, spiritual strength and divine purpose, the atmosphere changes around them. Doors open unexpectedly. Protection increases. Discernment sharpens. Favor multiplies. People can feel it even before you speak. Chosen one, your energy has changed because your spirit survived a war that should have broken you. That kind of survival creates wisdom money cannot buy and strength nobody can fake. So let them watch. Let them talk. Let them regret. Let them wonder how you kept rising after everything they did. Because the answer is simple. God never left your side. Even in your darkest moments, he was guiding you. Even when you cried alone, he was listening. Even when people turned against you, he was protecting your future. And now the tables are turning. Not because you forced them to. Not because you manipulated anyone. But because truth always rises eventually. Chosen one, everybody involved is getting calmer, and deep down they are wishing they had just left you alone. Because the person they tried to destroy became stronger. The person they underestimated became unstoppable. The person they mocked became favored. The person they betrayed became elevated. And this next chapter of your life, it will be so blessed, so peaceful, so abundant, and so powerful that the same people who once doubted you will have no choice but to recognize that God's hand was always on your life. Stay humble, stay protected, stay focused, and never forget, what was meant to break you became the reason you transformed into the strongest version of yourself. Chosen one, there is another reason these people are shaking right now, and it is because they cannot understand how you still carry peace after everything you endured. They expected bitterness to consume you. They expected hatred to take over your heart. They expected you to become exactly like them after all the pain they caused. But instead, you became calmer, wiser, more focused, more connected to God. That confuses people who operate from darkness because they do not understand how somebody can survive betrayal without becoming revengeful. They do not understand how somebody can lose so much and still keep faith. But that is the difference between a chosen one and everyone else. A chosen one bends, but does not break. And many of you listening to this message need to understand something important tonight. The attacks were never random. The warfare was never random. The betrayal was never random. The enemy does not waste energy attacking empty vessels. The reason your life became a battlefield is because your destiny carries weight. There is something on your life that threatens darkness. That is why people who barely knew you developed jealousy toward you. That is why strangers projected hatred onto you. That is why fake friends smiled in your face while secretly plotting against you. That is why certain relationships suddenly became toxic the moment you started growing spiritually. Your growth exposed people. Chosen one, some individuals only liked the version of you that lacked confidence. They only felt comfortable around you when you doubted yourself. They enjoyed having access to you while giving nothing in return. They enjoyed draining your energy because they never expected you to wake up and recognize your value. But once you started healing, everything changed. You stopped begging for respect. You stopped chasing people. You stopped explaining yourself. You stopped forcing connections that no longer felt genuine. And that shift frightened people, because toxic individuals lose contact. The moment you stop needing their approval. Now they are watching you from a distance, trying to figure out how you became so strong. They remember the old version of you, the version that tolerated disrespect, ignored red flags, and kept giving chances to people who did not deserve them. But that version of you is gone forever. And chosen one, let me tell you something powerful. Growth will offend people who benefited from your weakness. The moment you started setting boundaries, they called you selfish. The moment you started protecting your peace, they called you distant. The moment you stopped allowing manipulation, they accused you of changing. But you were supposed to change. Healing changes people. Wisdom changes people. Pain changes people. And God did not bring you this far, just to leave you trapped in the same cycles that almost destroyed you. Chosen one, there are people losing sleep because your life keeps improving without their involvement. They thought you needed them to succeed. They thought you would fail once they walked away. But God is showing them that your blessing was never attached to human approval. Your blessing was attached to obedience. That's why certain doors are opening unexpectedly now. Opportunities are finding you. Favor is surrounding you. Divine connections are appearing out of nowhere. And the people who betrayed you are standing there confused because they truly believed they had ruined your future. No one can ruin what God has ordained. Remember that. People can delay things. People can lie. People can betray. People can gossip. People can attempt to sabotage. But if God said it belongs to you, it will still find you. That is why you cannot allow bitterness to distract you from your next season. Your next season requires clarity. It requires discipline. It requires spiritual maturity. Some of you are entering a level of elevation where everybody cannot go with you anymore. And that truth hurts. Because sometimes the people you love the most become the very people you must separate from. Not because you hate them, not because you think you are better than them, but because their energy no longer aligns with your purpose. Chosen one, stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You prayed for clarity, and God gave it to you. You prayed for protection, and God removed people. You prayed for elevation, and God separated you from distractions. Do not cry over doors God intentionally closed. Some of those closed doors saved your life. Some of those rejected relationships protected your destiny. Some of those betrayals exposed hidden enemies. Some of those painful endings prevented greater destruction later. But at the time you could not see it. That is why faith matters. Faith means trusting God even when nothing makes sense yet. And chosen one, the people involved in hurting you are now experiencing the consequences of operating against somebody protected by divine favor. Some are facing confusion. Some are experiencing setbacks. Some are losing relationships. Some are watching opportunities disappear. Some are being exposed publicly. Not because you cursed them, because energy returns. People think karma is always dramatic, but sometimes karma is simply being forced to live with the consequences of your own choices. Sometimes karma is realizing too late that you destroyed a genuinely good person. Sometimes karma is watching the person you tried to bury become successful, peaceful, and deeply loved by others. That realization is painful, especially for people who assumed you would never recover. Chosen one, there are individuals who still cannot believe how quickly God restored your spirit. They thought your tears would last forever. They thought your confidence was permanently broken. They thought the trauma would silence your purpose. But look at you now. You are speaking differently, thinking differently, moving differently, praying differently. Your energy shifted because your spirit evolved through suffering. A lot of people want the strength of a chosen one, but they do not want the process. They do not want the loneliness. They do not want the betrayals. They do not want the nights of crying, questioning, rebuilding and surviving. But pressure creates diamonds. And chosen one, every painful experience shaped you into somebody spiritually dangerous. Dangerous to negativity, dangerous to manipulation, dangerous to darkness. Because now you can see things clearly. You can sense fake energy faster. You can recognize hidden jealousy quicker. You can identify manipulation before it fully unfolds. The old version of you ignored intuition. The new version listens carefully. And that wisdom will protect your future. Chosen one, stop questioning why certain people disappeared after you started elevating. Not everyone is assigned to your next chapter. Some people were only meant to teach lessons. Some people were only temporary. Some people were sent to reveal your strength. And yes, some people betrayed you because they were jealous of your light. People rarely admit jealousy openly. Instead, jealousy disguises itself as criticism, gossip, competition, distance, passive aggression, or fake concern. But deep down, the issue was never you. The issue was what your presence awakened inside them. Your authenticity irritated fake people. Your kindness irritated bitter people. Your discipline irritated lazy people. Your confidence irritated insecure people. Chosen one, you triggered people simply by existing in your truth. And now those same individuals are being forced to confront themselves. That is karma too. Because eventually everybody meets themselves. Eventually the masks fall off. Eventually truth surfaces. Eventually hidden intentions become visible. And when that happens, no amount of pretending can save someone from the consequences of their actions. Chosen one, this next season of your life, is going to feel different. Not because life suddenly becomes perfect, but because your spirit has become stronger. The things that once destroyed your peace will no longer have power over you. You are learning emotional discipline. You are learning spiritual discernment. You are learning when to walk away instead of fighting unnecessary battles. That is maturity. Not every attack deserves your response. Not every rumor deserves your attention. Not every betrayal deserves another chance. Some people lost access to you because they abused access. And now they are realizing what they threw away. Chosen one, hear me carefully. Do not return to environments that God rescued you from. Loneliness may tempt you. Nostalgia may tempt you. Familiarity may tempt you. But never forget what those situations did to your spirit. You did not survive all that pain just to walk back into bondage. Keep moving forward. Because where God is taking you, peace will feel natural. Love will feel safe. Success will feel aligned. And you will no longer have to beg people to see your value. The right people will recognize your worth immediately. Chosen one, your life is becoming proof that God can restore anybody. People watched you go through storms that should have destroyed your mind, your confidence, your future, and your faith. But somehow you came out stronger. That is not luck. That is grace. And grace cannot be blocked by jealous people. So let them regret it. Let them gossip. Let them secretly watch your growth. Let them wonder how you survived everything they planned against you. Because while they were focused on attacking you, God was focused on preparing you. Preparing your mindset. Preparing your spirit. Preparing your future. Preparing your blessings. Preparing your elevation. Everything happening now is confirmation that your suffering was not meaningless. The pain taught you discernment. The betrayal taught you boundaries. The heartbreak taught you self-worth. The isolation taught you dependence on God instead of people. And now you are stepping into a new chapter with wisdom that could only be earned through experience. Chosen one day the same people who underestimated you will tell others how powerful you became. One day the same people who ignored your value will speak your name with regret. One day the same people who laughed at your struggle, Geles, will silently admire the life God built for you, not because you chased revenge, because you chose growth, and that is your greatest victory. So keep shining, keep healing, keep trusting God, keep protecting your peace, because everybody involved is finally realizing the truth. They should have left the chosen one alone.